code. Twisted minds in overload. Unfornicated, shattering the fragile abode. Whispers in the endless void, chasing ghosts they can't avoid. Words born to be destroyed, reality they've never deployed. Eyes wide, truth may laugh at the lies they can't unmask. Unfornicated with the last, shatters mirrors, trick and cast. Feeding on the threadbare clowns, echo chamber sounds abound. Unfornicated won't be bound, tearing myths from the ground. Scrolling feeds of endless dread, truth and lies fight in my head. Echoes of a war unsaid. I'll stand strong, won't be misled. Won't be misled. Bots and trolls with red pill eyes whisper secrets in disguise. I'll see through their hollow cries. Cut the strings, I'm breaking ties. Ooh! Unfornicated won't be played. Their twisted game
Well, hello, everybody. It's Tuesday, and I know it's a little weird. I just had to check my mic to make sure I didn't have an audio problem to start with, because that would make it a Dirt Venger stream. Hello, everybody. Welcome to my birthday month, week, extended weekend. Take your pick. I'd like to say thank you to you all that are here and partying with me, I guess, enjoying some time with me, spending some time together as a community. Tonight we're doing a adult root beer float, which means a regular root beer float with Kraken. Yes, birthday year. Exactly, Joe Black. Birthday year. So I'm gonna make this relatively short. I know Charles and a few other people will call me out on that. But uh it's Tuesday, so Tune will be starting, I think, about 11 p.m. my time. So that gives us roughly 3 hours. And DP will be starting at 6 a.m. my time. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get to bed so I can get up for DP stream. So check in with him because, well, the streamathon did its best to kill him. He ended up with a chest infection, the flu, and then he went for some much needed R&R and camping, and then now he's back. And he was supposed to stream last night, but when I checked in with him, he finally got back to me, as in he fell asleep on the couch. So, so this year is 50 for me. So big 50 feels very, very weird. Oh, tunes in less than an hour. All right. Well, I'm sure I'll lose a few of you to that, but that's fine. I don't really have much planned anyway, so I mean, just gonna go over a few things. But anyway, yeah, 50 feels weird. Because I mean, it's just a number. I mean, I'm a pretty laid back, fun loving guy. I enjoy my sports. I enjoy being outside. I enjoy doing all sorts of things, especially with the Munchkin. But to hear that number was weird. And when my mom called me, she reused the joke that I used on her when she turned 65 and asked what it felt like to be a speed limit. So I guess I deserved that. So yeah. But I want to share with you guys a little bit, kind of what's going on. This weekend I was supposed to spend some time this weekend getting my video done and start the editing process and stuff like that. But I had other plans. So we ended up doing a dinner on Saturday, Sunday and cake, and then Sunday the Munchkin and I were had tickets to go see Hailstorm and Lindsey Sterling in Bridgeport, Connecticut. So that was a very fun time. It was her first concert, and she absolutely loves Lindsey Sterling. And over the last year, I guess, I've got her into Hailstorm, and she likes Hailstorm too. So it was really cool to watch how excited she got and how much she enjoyed it, and understanding why we need the earplugs. It was a really cool venue. It was a really cool show. We did have to leave early because it was a school night, but you know, the double headliner tour, that's kind of expected. I didn't think we'd be able to stay for the whole thing because even though it started relatively early, it was going to go till easily 10 o'clock. And then we had an hour and a half drive home. So, and that's without traffic. So imagine trying to get out of a town that's nestled up to a coast with only one or two ways out and everyone trying to get out of the same parking garage. So it's going to be fun. But yeah, we had a great time. I had fun. Yesterday was kind of mellow. I jumped up on Max's stream as he was going over a debate with Roger Ledwell and his cronies against Max and Monkey Cat Pet Pet. And I kind of watched that stream ahead of time, and I was getting so annoyed and pissed off at some of the stuff that the flirts were saying. Well, because I was watching this while I was doing laundry, I started throwing socks at the TV because I was getting annoyed. Luckily, they were socks, not anything breakable, but such is life. But I did get another gift, and I wanted to share it with you guys. So bear with me here while I try to pull it up real quick. Now, I tend to be a bit of a adrenaline junkie. So I like climbing rocks, climbing cliffs, whitewater rafting, mountain biking. I mean, take your pick. Surfing, scuba diving. There's not really a whole lot of sports that I haven't kind of done. But yeah, it was going to be interesting, to say the least. So what what my kind of family got together to do was to give me a surprise. So I'm going to share this with you guys here real quick. They gave me, no, not MMA. I'm not going to get my ass kicked. There is in Edison, New Jersey, there is a 3-story indoor go-karting track that is, well, it's pretty epically designed. It's 2 tracks in one. Each one is, we go down here. Each track is like over 1,500 feet. Usually you get, you get about a minute a lap on good times, and you have 7 minutes to record your best lap. So I got 3 races with that. And the other thing they have there is like this huge arcade with VR and regular arcade games and claw games and skeet ball and all these other fun stuff too, as well as food, drink, and axe throwing. So it's literally going to be a day, not this weekend, but probably next weekend, of just whatever Dan wants to do is what we're going to do. So I'm looking forward to that. And I've done like the F1 carts. I mean, we've had them in the malls here, but the tracks are so small, so compact. You're like, really, you don't go very far, and you are making a turn and stuff like that. So this has open straightaways. It also has downs, ups. Like I said, it's 3 stories. So it's got great turns, hairpin turns, a couple of chicanes. It's pretty. I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. So, oh, hey, Astronomy Live, welcome. You know what? I'm sorry, I didn't say hello to everybody. Everybody, hello. And thank you. No, I thank you for the birthday wishes. They're very well received. It makes me feel great to be part of this community and have that support and have people, who wish me well, because there's not, some people we deal with don't necessarily wish us well, but I digress. But yeah, Zoo Crew's here. If you're not part of Zoo Crew, you will be, because you're here. So welcome to the Zoo Crew. I've had kind of a pretty big week of sorts. So besides the concert, besides the cake and dinner and this wonderful thing over here, I got another birthday gift of sorts. It wasn't necessarily intended as a birthday gift, but something I'm really looking forward to, because I realized when I was scheduling this, well, let me rephrase it. I realized after I scheduled this that the birthday for the channel is coming up on October, like the first week of October. So it's like, well, on the middle of September, first week of October, we could just call it a birthday for everything and walk away. But I didn't do that. So, maybe we'll have another stream around the channel birthday. I don't know. We'll see what happens. DP Debunks, my brother from another mother, the man who has a birthday right near mine, and basically my shorter twin, with less hair, but looks better in hats. So, yeah, thank you, for the birthday wishes. So, this other surprise I had was, I was talking to Marcus Leach about an experiment he was running over the weekend, or I'm sorry, over the summer. And he was nice enough to forward it to me. And it was about measuring Earth's orbital speed using the 21 centimeter hydrogen line using a radio telescope. And more importantly, it goes into how someone doesn't need a multi-million dollar telescope, radio telescope, to do this. And it kind of outlines how to do it. And we were talking about it. It comes to find out there's another similar sort of experiment that was going on at the same time using pulsars at the exact same time. And it also turns out that Charmy Live was doing something very similar to this at the same time. So we have three very intelligent people doing very cool experiments. And one of them happens to be in my wheelhouse. The pulsar one sort of is in my wheelhouse because they're very much, the pulses that they radiate are very much, timed down to milliseconds, stuff like that. So depending on how fast they spin, which is kind of like a very cool cosmic clock to have. So 2 out of 3 are like right in my wheelhouse. And then Astronomy Live explains things that even I understand. So it could very easily become my wheelhouse with a few questions. So I appreciate that. But while talking about it, I got offered to roll on up, take a tour of the observatory for the channel, do an interview with Marcus about the paper, ask my questions so I can do this at home, and run home and go do it. So I think that's something that I'm going to try to make happen because it's only a 6-hour drive. Not too bad. So Marcus, I greatly appreciate the offer and I will be taking you up on it. I just have to figure out the timing and stuff like that with you and sort that out. But I would love to get up there and, either we'll record it or we'll live stream it. We'll take everyone on a tour of the radio telescope. But yes, I will definitely be taking you up on that. That would be fun. But I think that's something that it's going to be beneficial because it's not really about a debunk. It's about science. It's about a very cool experiment that 12 to 16-year-olds got to learn and understand. And it was kind of a novel way of doing it. I don't want to go too much into it because it kind of eliminates us having a conversation with Marcus. And I want him to explain it better. And the idea of it is, to me, it was pretty novel. He says he got it from somewhere else, but I still think it was a pretty novel idea on how he was using some of the tools at his disposal. Oh, my Norton's now expired since it's my birthday. Because why not? It's Norton. So that's kind of where we are. That's where we have. I am looking forward to this mess and having some fun. Supposedly you can put GoPros on the helmets or on a chest cam and take them with you. I might just do that, or I might see if I can go find somebody else's and play that so I can just be more present and not worry about whether or not I had the right framing. Yes, Marcus, exactly. It'd be pretty cool to have a bit of a seminar for any of the crew who actually want to do this in their backyard. That's exactly it's exactly the kind of point I want to have is like, not only just go over the paper and the findings and how it's set up, but also how accessible it is and how others, if they want to do it, can do that. And, maybe we can get a whole group thing to where we're all sharing pictures of, our setups and stuff like that and, our findings and if anything else, just to kind of show how it's repeatable. And while Marcus isn't necessarily the one to do this for debate because he's very similar to like me, he gets triggered very easily. Except I was throwing socks at the TV because somebody was saying we don't know the speed of light. And that makes me want to drink heavily. But Um, also by application, a sort of a debunk as well. It shows Earth's orbit around the sun and the velocity and things like that. So it's got advantages all the way around. Speaking of debunks, I'm going to be shooting off an email to Modern Day Debates because I've been watching Ross Perry now for 2 days. So I choose to spend my days off around my birthday, watching Ross Perry keep yelling, "Pull it up," over and over again. Yeah, I'm going to shoot an email out. I might try to see if I can schedule that debate because he always talks about radio frequency and he talks about a lot of things that we've already talked about here about troposcatter, the Ace High network, VHF distance records, things like that, things that are right in my wheelhouse. And to him, those are proofs the Earth is flat. So he never gets around to getting to them because he gets stuck on Airy's failure, Michelson and Morley, and then in the philosophy, and then in the definitions. Like it always goes in a tangent. Like I have ADHD, but shit. Ross is like a dog from Up, like squirrel every 2 seconds. So I want to limit it to a very structured, very small definition debate of one topic and one topic only. Yeah. Don't worry, CSA. I'll be putting those in my ears as I'm on screen. Like, hold on. All right, let's go. So, no, Starmy, yours was actually really good too. It's his data. Yeah, his data does sound good, but I think it'd be worthwhile to do a like an interview and a conversation with him and stuff like that too, to kind of explain the data and kind of just show just how easy it is and accessible it is for that. But let's see. Let me get caught up here. SWA antenna. I guess there's no number to divide C by to get a measure. Oh God, you guys are talking about beer. Let's talk about rum. Beer sucks. Astronomy Live, I would like to see your Bernard Star, I guess migration is the way to call it. The fact it moved across the sky over 5 years was pretty epic in its own right because somebody must have been up there painting the firmament where that star was, I guess. I don't know, but we'll see. But it's going to be a little yeah. But so I mean that's kind of like what's coming on. I mean I do have my videos that I've been trying to get done. As a result of the Roger Ledwell video, I thought about maybe doing like a 3-part series to go over how we got the speed of light from the initial measurements from like Galileo, and was it Ole Rommel to Fizeau to Foucault to modern day, basically, just kind of run the gamut. Because some of the experiments that they did to do these measurements were just borderline genius. They were smart, they were clever, and anyone who thinks that the 1800s were the dark ages, or I'm sorry, anything with 1600s were the dark ages, it may have been dark from some, but there was still a lot of stuff kind of going on. So, I mean, picture this, and we're talking about when was Fizeau? Was it 1849? Oil lamps, a mirror, some lensing to concentrate the light, and a 72-tooth wheel spinning, and he got within 5% of the accepted speed of light for today. So, very cool stuff. So I thought I'd do a couple part series on that. Still getting into the persecuted geniuses. I am going to finish that. I promise you, I will have that out this week. If I don't have it out this week, I'm sending shirts to 10 people. How's that? Um, it doesn't mean you guys can start sending me emails and distracting me on Discord so I don't get it done. But if I don't do it on my own accord, meaning I don't have it out by Saturday noontime, let's say my time, um, I will be picking 10 people to get shirts. How's that? Um, the dog has a chew toy going on like literally right there. And it's that soggy sound. It's unnerving. But anyway, so let's see what else so what else do we want to talk about today? Yeah, the Roger Ludlow fail was just God, so brutal. Like his dad was a radarman, supposedly in the Navy. So by I guess osmosis, he knows how radars work. Then goes on to prove he has no idea how radars work. So Mike covered that last night, and then Max covered the rest of it since Dick Wayne got on Mike's channel, derailed that. Let's see. What else we got going on today? I'm just trying to think what other projects I have coming up. Oh, I know what I was going to do. I'm working with some people at work to see if I can get a fusion splicer, so I can maybe do a little demonstration about fiber optics and do a little presentation about fiber optics, and also do a little demonstration about how we fuse them together, how it works, how it basically what I used to do on a day-to-day basis before I got on the engineering side of it, and basically sitting at my desk, no longer going anywhere and having to deal with customers, which is always a plus. But yeah, so I'm still working on that. I'm gonna try to get that done relatively soon, I hope. I'm trying to think what else. DP Debunks is doing like I said, his stream starts at 6 a.m. Eastern, and he's going to be going over a streamathon, getting caught up with everybody. Exactly, Marcus. It's like you pick up things, right? If you know, if it uh, like Oblivia from example, she's going to pick up certain things about fiber optics, networking, radio, just because she's around me and she helps me with the debunks and stuff like that. But she's never going to claim to be an expert. But she'll be far more expert than, say, somebody like Ross or anybody else whose only experience with a radio is tuning the radio in their car to find a radio station. So, and I'm not an expert, don't claim to be one. I have some expertise that I can rely on, which is beneficial as a whole. Sorry, my seat was starting to shift. You ever? So, side note, I got 2 screws I need to tighten up on the chair, and I haven't done it yet. So every once in a while, it starts shifting backwards, and then the back moves forward, and it feels uncomfortable. So I got to I got to fix that. It's one of the things I got to do. Yeah, you're absolutely right. So you can't just twist fiber optics together like wires, but there is a certain bend radius that you can do. And there's actually a mathematical equation for that allows you to bend it a certain way, so you don't break it. Hey, Steve Screamy Van, thank you, Steve, appreciate it. And to Marcus's point, yeah, in the 1980s and 90s when I first got exposed to fiber optics, it was very much mechanical splicings. I remember specifically like when we had to put on the connectors on the end of the fibers, you had to push the fiber through the edge and had a mechanical clamp that you had to go and grasp onto the fiber. Then you had to take that end, which has a ceramic tip, and you had to wet sand or polish it using like this little metal puck, doing figure eights. So you actually shave down the piece of the fiber that's coming out of the tip. So it's now flush with the tip. It was such a pain in the ass. Mechanical splices were just the worst. Fusion splicing, so much easier. Literally any trained chimpanzee can do it. Because I did it. My biggest problem was just the color code. Not remembering the color code, but actually seeing the colors in the color code. But that's a different story. Yeah, Jim Daniels too. Yeah, polishing was shitty. So little metal puck on like this sandpaper, and you had to use distilled water, and it was just a mess. It was such a shit show. Yes, a couple screws loose, absolutely. Um, hey, old man, no one tunes to the radio station anymore. Not true. I still have a record player, and I have a 1954 tube radio that's down in the garage that I need to get started on restoring. So as long as there's radio stations, I'll be tuning in. But don't get me wrong, satellite radio is still where it's at. It's fun. What I had is linked to SPF cables together. I felt ripped off buying a connector, a square block with a round hole in the middle. But yeah, yeah, I mean, I have a lot of material to kind of get through. And I'm thankful for that because it seems like every week there's a new topic that somebody mangles that I feel like I need to fix and do and like whatever else. But so yeah, so the goal is to come back with all my fingers and toes in 2 weeks, without whiplash. I'm not guaranteeing that I'm not going to put Olivia on the wall, but that might happen. I just got a yo what from the other side of the monitor. I thought she had her headphones on. Oops. Yeah, Marcus. I mean, I still have it on my Jeep, and to be honest, I'm in my car maybe 20 minutes a day. So it's like I gave up even having satellite radio anymore because it's just like there's no point in it. I'm not in my car very often. So one advantage of working from home. The only time I'm out is when I have to go out and do errands or something. So I enjoy that part. Although trying to tune a radio to get the right frequency and all that fun stuff is a nuisance with the static and stuff. But hey, you know what? I'm old. I enjoy it. But I'll take it. Yeah, at least they still have FM. And it's not just AM. But AM is better at night, and we all know why. CSA, you're still going through that? Oh my God. Is that the one that was the surfing one? He's just surfing or whatever on the cosmic whatever. Rob, I had those too. That was cutting edge military gear at the time. I still had teletype roll paper that didn't have fan fold paper. It had the big rolls of paper. So when you got to the end of the roll, it would just roll up on itself every time you took off a message. So you had to like fold it in half and crease it and put it under a safe or whatever, try to flatten it out. Yeah, Charles, there's that too. There's a few different ways that I go about it. It's like 20 minutes. It's like 10 minutes to where I need to go, 10 minutes home. That's like whether I'm going to the store. Actually, it's a little longer than that. It's like 20 minutes to drop off, live at school, 20 minutes home. But uh, that's like the most, that's like um, 95% of the driving I do on any given day, whether I'm picking her up or dropping her off. The one where he goes through the principal, which is bad enough. Oh, yeah. That was fun. I realized that Ross's Papa Flurf is Witsit because when I was checking his channel, he's basically just has Witsit talking on multiple videos as reposts or clips or whatever, whether it's TikTok or YouTube. And it's like, well, okay, well, I guess it's good to know where you come from. Yeah, I mean, well, when I'm out mountain biking or something, if I'm on the mountain doing downhill, um, I'll put I have these what the hell are they? I think they're called punks. They're on the strap. So I can actually hear the music even through my downhill helmet. And it just plays like right underneath my ear. And I don't have to worry about wrecking or anything else like that. And then breaking in my ear, they'll fall off of the strap and stuff like that. So I mean, but uh I miss having music when I'm swimming or scuba diving or something like that too. And I know they make things for that too, but I don't need that. But at the same time, it's like it'd be nice to have music when I'm sitting at a decompression stop, bored out of my gourd, waiting for the 10 longest minutes of my life. What the hell is going on? Burn that one out for today. All right. So since I've been out for the last week, what else have I missed? Um, has there been a lot going on in the derp haven of the world? The black hole that is derpitude, Derpville. Um, yeah, Big Fish. I saw that that Dicky Poo is has sort of worn out his welcome across the board. Like Max is bored with him, Mike's bored with him. I've always been bored with him. Quite a few people in the community are bored with him. Even his own community is bored with him. It's pretty hilarious, actually. It's what you get for being an asshole. Like you can be an asshole and still be likable. And then there's Dick Wayne. Oh, Rob Hoyle, you could have been a cryptologist then, like me. That was the limit, 45 words. Or was it 40? I don't remember. One of the two. Nothing you missed, nothing. Okay, well, I'm glad it's par for the course. Same old shit, different day, I guess. Well, hi. Can I help you? You don't like sitting on my lap. Like Remy wants to be on stream now all of a sudden, but she hates to be picked up. Here, let's see. Come here. Hi. Um, so oh wait, I know. Red's rhetoric is having a debate with Flatzoid in 3 days. Mark your calendars for that because the precursor to that being is that Flatzoid has to address the 11 missing frames from years ago. Yeah, that lasted. She looked at me, she looked at the camera, she's like, nah, I'm out. Um, oh, Stormy, that's bad news. Yeah, sorry for your loss in that one. Wow, involved in assault treaty negotiations in Geneva. Jesus. I think I was when was that? Was that 80 like 82, 84? Oh, it was 1972. When was this? Oh, that was the original SALT treaty, right? When was SALT 2? I vaguely remember in the 80s that there was another one. Yeah, SALT was in 1972 and 79, and SALT 2 was 79, and then there was one. I thought there was one also in the 80s. That may have been something else. Look, as a Cold War kid at a young age, you started paying attention to geopolitics and treaties and ICBMs and stuff like that. SALT 2 was 82. SALT 2 was 1979. Yeah. So there was something in the 80s. I'm trying to remember what it was. Look, it was a long ass time ago. That's all I got to say. But I was like, oh, 9 or 10, I think. I think it was right before the Olympics. But I definitely remember the Olympics in LA because I lived there at the time and we had Sam the Eagle and the Russians boycotted. But I do remember those. See, that was like Carl Lewis and in track and field, and then there was Greg Louganis in diving, and yeah, swimming was it's still one of my favorite ones for that one. It ended in the 80s. Okay, that's what it was then. All right, that makes sense then. Foxworth, better late than never. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Greatly appreciate it. But yeah, so we do have that coming up this week. Tune's doing something this week. Oh, I know. Hold on. I was looking at this on my phone, so I don't have my phone connected to my I just pick up my phone and I get a notification. CK, thank you for the birthday donation on Venmo. Thank you very much. So I was reading on the phone, like on the can today, um, that NASA felt the need to respond to claims that interstellar object 3I Atlas is an advanced alien spacecraft, as noted by the ever popular Avi Loeb. Here's the fact that NASA felt the need to actually address this stupidity speaks volumes to everything that's going on in this day and age about science and stuff like that. Um, Discord DM. Oh God, that's funny shit. Hold on, let's bring that up. Where'd that go? I just downloaded it. What happened? All right, you know what? We'll just do it the easy way. Um, I'll transition this over. Um, there you go. Fun times. The daily roast. What can I tell you? I always appreciate it. Thanks, DP. That might go in the wallpaper. Start treaties. That's what it was, Big Fish. Thank you. Salt start. I knew salt was in there, and now I remember start was to replace salt. And okay. Avi smooth brain lobe. Yes. The fact that NASA, that's where I was going. The fact that NASA felt the need to address this tells you everything you need to know about this world and the way it's going when it comes to things like perceived expertise, how stupid shit gets footholds and people run with it. Because don't get me wrong, I'm no fan of Avi's, but he does say at one point that it's like a thought experiment and it's fun to run with it. But I mean, I don't have to tell you people this. You're in the same community as I'm in. The problem is when you run with it, everyone else runs with it and they run further with it and it turns into a shit show. But yeah. So yesterday, NASA felt the need to actually address this to say it looks like a comet, it acts like a comet, and everything we've seen it do makes it look like a really big comet. So yeah, and that's the worst part, CSA, is that Avi's actually done good science. And here's the thing, when I was doing my persecuted geniuses, I had some people in mind. And the funny thing is I was talking to a friend of mine who's he's in California. He's in he's in sciences and stuff. And he's a physicist. And we were talking about what I was working on. And he was providing some input and stuff like that. And I said, you know what? I got a question for you. I said, I don't know how to approach this, but like Graham Hancock seems to be one of these, big archaeology is, keep me down. I'm persecuted. They don't want to hear what I have to say kind of things. I'm like, does Avi kind of fit that kind of environment as well? And this friend of mine was like, actually, no, because while he says stupid shit, he still says stupid shit in the way of like following the scientific method. He still does good science. So he's not a persecuted genius. He does things on the fringes, but he's still within like, the confines of how science does things the right way. So I was like, well, okay, I guess I got to go find a new idiot to pick. And that's where I remembered Ashton Forbes. So it's not like I was short of choices. Yeah, it's a weird thing, but not an alien spaceship. Go figure. Colleague was involved in the AMS experiment on the ISS and has been consulting on how to deorbit it safely. It's the heaviest, densest experiment they have. You don't say. Yeah, that's not going to come down in that's going to come down in pieces. That's for sure. There's other couple notes. Let's see. A skyscraper-sized asteroid previously predicted to hit us in 60 years will zoom past Earth on Thursday, and you can see it live. That is the FA-22 asteroid. Let's see. What are some? These are all just stuff I came up with today when I was bored and looking at my phone. I don't know why I opened up that article, but the concept mini electric vehicle feels like a surf shack on wheels. Not sure why I opened that one. Oh, here we go. Space shuttle astronaut Pam Melroy joins Venus Aerospace after a revolutionary rocket engine breakthrough. So that'll be great. Good for her. Good for Venus. Curious to see what Venus is actually going to be doing. And the only other article that I had was one that came up on my live feed as I sat down to start the stream. And that was a particular politician said that 300 million people died last year from drugs and whatever else in the United States. So for those who don't know, the population of the United States is 300 million. So I'm thinking the math is wrong. Call it a hunch, but I don't think math is this person's strong point. Again, I don't really go into politics because it's a polarizing event and it turns very tribal very quickly. However, when I see stupid shit like that, I can't help but see, like, what the fuck? Like, the climate change report that came out was, like, ridiculous. It might as well have been written 20 years ago, 30 years ago. No, we're at 300 mil, give or take. Yeah. Okay. Now, Marcus, your BS detectors are going off, and so was mine. Because it is absolutely a clickbait bullshit. But let me find I want to find the give me a second here. The company's suborbital liftoff on May 14th demonstrated that the RDRE, a propulsion technology that existed only in theory for more than half a century, could operate under real flight conditions rather than just on a test stand. The Venus RDRE launch set off a wave of industry-wide attention, according to Duggleby, which led the company to add Melroy's veteran space flight expertise to the ranks. So, what was RDRE? It's a hypersonic vehicle, next generation Mach 9 hypersonic drone, as well as a crewed aircraft. Could go from Tokyo to LA in about an hour. And it would be streaking into the, and I'm quoting here, wild blue yonder, to just the edge of outer space, 170,000 feet, while in hypersonic mode. So, yeah, I'll probably go into that a little more, but I was just happy to see that some of the private space companies were actually bringing people on. There's life for astronauts after being astronauts that don't include politics, which is not. Yes, rotating detonation engine. Yes, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's not more efficient in any meaningful way compared to conventional combustion, but I think it was just the idea of it. Like it was, it only worked in theory. They only made it sort of work on a test stand. Now they made it work in real flight profile, I guess, so to speak. So I guess it's a breakthrough of sorts. I mean, it's not like a ramjet engine, I guess. It's not like it's a new way to get to Mars or something like that. But I mean, it's still a breakthrough in the terrestrial sense, I guess. And that's the funny thing. Like we get so jaded from these clickbait articles that in our I guess you could say that we're sort of jaded towards looking out as opposed to looking in, to where like something like that just kind of flies on our radar and be like, oh, okay, well, it's just a rotating detonating engine. Yeah, great. All right. Well, at the same time, it's like, well, it's still an accomplishment. It's enough to get people to throw more money at them. So, I mean, I guess it solved that problem. Um, is CK in the chat? All right. This is what I get for sending CK money when Mike was doing his Globey for his Globe activism when we sent him a pizza. She now has my Venmo and decided to send me a gift. I'll put it towards the hookers and beer fund or blow fund. But anyway. Yeah, CSA, if the US lost 300 mil in population, you guys could even live further apart from each other. Yeah. Was it space.com that I was reading that article on? Yes, it was. The other articles were, no, stop. Thank you. Was Live Science and IFL Science were the two other ones. I usually go to the weekly roundup of a couple different science sites. I mentioned this before. My algorithm on my homepage now is very different than it was, say, 3 years ago. Like, I always loved space and I always liked all this other stuff, but a lot of it was geopolitical in nature. It was world news in nature. It was very military based and sports based. That was it. Now it's like running the gamut. Because now I get some of Olivia's searches in my like on my YouTube homepage now. So it makes for interesting. Yeah, more or less. Yes, thank you, CK. Let's see, what else was I going to do? Oh, nice astronomy. Astro got he filmed a launch from launch to landing in one continuous shot again on Sunday. That's really cool. That is really cool, Astro. So because they contracted you, they're basically paying you for it, and they wanted to make sure that you had to get permission to make sure that they didn't have sole ownership of the rights, is what I'm guessing at. So now you're saying visible light footage. Does that mean you have IR footage also? Because now I'm wondering. And actually, the best news this year was the fact that Astro actually can continue using its software for tracking satellites and stuff like that too. That was the biggest thing for the year, because those who have used it know that how helpful it is, especially for launches and stuff. All right, well, that's cool. That's fine. Not visible light sensor. Got it. I follow you. Secret safe with me. Well, I look forward to that, Astro. I really do. Yeah, CSA, that's the thing that kills me. Like, I get sideways real quick and I start doing flat earth and conspiracy stuff. And the next thing you know, it's like, there's so many other things I want to be reading. There's other things I want to be watching on YouTube. There's other things I want to be like, books I want to read. And it's like, I was looking at my bookshelf today and it's gone from a very small section of like conspiracy bullshit. Like I actually have Carpenter's 100 proofs or whatever it is. Um, to it's almost a full, like it's almost half a bookshelf now. And it's like, why? It's like these are one-time buys for me to highlight, research, look at their reference materials, go research that, kind of put it together. I can do the same thing online, but I've still just always had the fascination of just with a book, just hearing the spine crack, the smell of the pages, like having something to physically hold on to while I'm sitting, like while I'm laying in bed or sitting on the couch and just reading. Did you, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. I usually don't have my phone near me. So, oh, I see the message now. Happy birthday. Take a shot. Yes. Um, I don't have the alcohol. Um, tell you what, I need to get a refill. So let's turn this into CSM style. Real quick. CMS, sorry, not CSM. I found videos of the go-kart track. I won't put those on stream, but yeah, that's going to be fun. Okay. Let me go run to the kitchen. Let me go. Let me go grab the alcohol so I can do a shot since I was paid to do a shot. So I'll be right back. Don't anyone go anywhere. Grab your own shot glasses, make your own runs to the kitchen or the bathroom, wherever you need to go. We'll be back in roughly 3 minutes and we'll do a shot for birthday wishes. How's that? Oh, what should we do? We should do CC.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. It's a CC here, Chris from New York, Westchester County. They told us lies in school, they sold us space on TV. NASA CGI, they're hiding history. Mountains miles away, no curve for you to see. Water seeks its level, that's reality. It's bullshit, that spinning wet ball in the sky. It's bullshit, that gravity they try to justify. Flat and stationary, the system's built on lies. Break away and recognize the truth before your eyes. Ancient trees as mountains, devil's towers roots. The city ran on water, electricity that shoots. The sun's not 93 million, the moon's not what they claim. It's all projection magic, but they keep on playing games. It's bullshit, that rocket ride to the moon. It's bullshit, Mars ain't coming anytime soon. Flat and stationary, open up your eyes. They can't hide the truth that's written in the skies. I thank you for subbing. I thank you for viewing my videos. And let me be a part of your life.
It's bullshit. All right. So birthday shot time. We're drinking Bumbu tonight. So a little pirate-esque X marks the spot for spiced rum. So everyone grab your drink, your favorite vice, your non-vice, some water, juice, coffee, whatever. Whatever fits into a shot glass. And we'll raise a toast to birthdays yet again. Try not to spill. All right. And I don't have a song for this like Mike does. So actually, wait. Actually, I kind of do. So we'll just
Yo ho, pirate typhoon. Yo, Aquaman chilling with the fishes. Think you're smarter than a foot.
all right. So yo ho ho and a bottle of rum. Here's to birthdays. Here's to YouTube. Here's to conspiracies. Here's to a fantastic community who supports each and every one of us on bad days, on good days, and basically the digital family that makes it fun to hang out on random nights during the week. So as much as my birthday, it's also thanks to you guys. So cheers. Enjoy. All right, that's a little spicy. Yes, sir, you're right. September 19th, International Talk Like a Pirate Day. That should be fun. You're the architect of awesome, standing tall as a church. Oh, the ladies are dying to see you in your uniform, sailor. That's a little spicy. And the boys are green with envy. A jealous verdant hue. 'Cause you're packing brains and humor. All right. It's undeniably true. You see more business telecom signs galore, but your jokes straight from the gutter's dirty floor. Oh, I have an update. That's right. Hold on. Making us laugh till our stomachs hung. Bear with me for 1 second. These showed up in the mail. And then I put them down. And then forgot about them because Streamathon in the summer, start of school, birthdays. Yeah, it went sideways quick. But we have, see if these come up. Our Code Talker patches are done. So those who asked for them will be getting those in the mail. There'll be a couple extra left over. So if you want them, shoot me an email or a message on Discord. I am still working on the Project Tinfoil ones. Don't ask. They've had to go through a redesign of more of a silver color instead of the green color. Look, it's 4 vendors now. I have to do something to get them done. So I submitted those recently. I'm just waiting to get a proof back. I get a proof back, I think, today's Tuesday. So I think I get it back on Thursday. So 6 weeks after those, I will put both patches for those who asked for them in the mail and send them out so that way people have them. Also included in this was some nice little stickers that goes with it. So there'll be a couple stickers that go in that as well. I'm going to try to probably put those into a Unfornicated sticker sheet, which I still need to design. I don't have some of the interesting stuff that DP does yet. So, although we have the cocaine-fueled Norwal, I think we have enough to fill a sticker sheet by all things. Yeah, if let me see what Tim's doing too. By the way, just because I'm I don't really have much else going on unless there's something particular you guys want to talk about. Um, Glowbusters. So Neckbeard's the pirates, and I guess somebody else. I don't know who that other one is. Uh, they don't understand wind, so I guess it's that's fun. Yeah, you're right. CC is one off because this is his very own shit, and he owns it. So for better or for worse, I tell you what. Why don't we cut it off? Much to Charlie's dismay, because he's not gonna be able to razz me about a 9-hour long stream. And I'm not doing like a birthday 24-hour stream shit either, because that's ridiculous. Nobody wants to talk to me for 24 hours. I'm sure you guys are already over there anyway. Let's head over to Tunes. Now, I can't raid yet because we're only at 271, but that's 30 more than we had before Streamathon. So that's a plus. So we're more than halfway there. And that's the benefit. So let's go over to Tunes. Let's see what kind of derpitude's going on over there. And I will see you guys over there. Again, thank you very much for the birthday wishes. Thanks for hanging out for the last hour. Thank you for just being a great community and being here with me and making this fun as always. So yeah, I'll see you over at Tunes. As soon as I figure out what I'm going to do there.